What's up? It's Tiffany. Before we get started on this week's episode, please be sure to send us your requests at booshakalakapodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter X, Booshakalakapod. You can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Instagram at Booshakalakapodcast. Hey everybody, welcome to the And So podcast, where Pierre says "and so" at least 150 times every episode. I am your host, Tiffany, joined by my co-host, Pierre.
Sees him. Cut his throat. Stop. Oh, wait. I changed my mind. Let him go. Step back 3 paces. Turn around. Close your eyes. Power is power.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
I wasn't even done yet, but okay. Oh. No.
Too many dramatic pauses. We can't.
They have to happen. They have to happen.
Yeah.
It isn't flu.
What's that from?
That's another Game of Thrones. I don't know why I keep torturing you. I'm trying to force you to watch it.
It's never going to happen. I promise you.
I said the same thing. You're afraid you'll like it?
No, I know I won't like it. I don't like period pieces.
It's not a period piece. They say cunt.
I don't use that word on a regular, and it doesn't bother me like, some people. But, so we're here. We're back to review 2005's House of Wax. Here is the synopsis. A group of teens are unwittingly stranded near a strange wax museum and soon must fight to survive and keep from becoming the next exhibit. Half? Because half. Yeah, I'm just going to say half. And the reason why I say that is because I had AAA in 2005.
Well,
along with my cell phone.
They had cell phones.
That's what I'm saying. I had AAA, baby.
They had cell phones, but we're going to get into the decisions that these college students make.
This movie was duty chip. First off, why was it so long? It didn't need to be this long. It was almost 2 hours.
It was almost 2 hours. I think because they tried to add a lot of detail. And then this was also, I understand it was long, but you also got to remember, it was a packed cast. And when I say packed, I don't mean like super A-listers, but I mean, these were they were all hot during this time around. The Simple Life, One Tree Hill, The Girl Next Door, all these things were out around this time. So all these
I knew you weren't going to say The Black Show.
I wasn't going to say 101 because 101 wasn't exactly out in 2005. But, and then Cousin Skeeter, come on now. We know who Robert Richard is, but he wasn't in anything that was just... I
did not know who Wade or Dalton were when I watched it.
Yes, you did, because Scary Movie had just come out in 2000. Yes, you did.
Who was in Scary Movie?
That was Bobby. You said Wade. Oh, Wade. You know who Jared Padalecki is. He was in Gilmore Girls.
No, I mean, I know who. I didn't watch that. I was not your average.
You didn't watch Gilmore? Tiffany,
if it wasn't a black cast or black people in it, I'm not lying. Back in that time,
but it's hard.
I was not watching it.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying from vantage point, you like the Backstreet Boys, so I assumed you had watched fucking Gilmore.
That had died down.
It was in the same lineup. So I'm like, when did you...
But that had died down by then. That had died down around 2003. And then I was in college. I was not thinking about watching no damn Gilmore Girls. I have to this day not watched an episode of Gilmore Girls.
Who else didn't you know? Because I feel in the whole...
I knew Chad Michael Murray.
Okay.
Hell, I knew the lead girl, Carly, yes. Of course, Paris Hilton, Robert Richard, and Chad Michael Murray.
Okay, so you didn't know. You know John Abrams because you watched Scary Movie, and that's Bobby. And he was in Meet the Focker. I mean, he was in Meet the Parents.
But he wasn't Cindy or Brenda or the Wayans brothers. So okay. No, I wasn't paying attention to him.
Whose is it, Bobby? I hate you so much. Okay.
I'm keeping it all the way real. Because when I was watching it just now, I didn't even know that was Bobby till you just told me.
Okay. Well,
but I recognize the other people. Mm-hmm. I recognize everybody else this time around. Even Bo, I recognize Bo. But back in 2005, I didn't recognize it. I don't know where I know him from, but I was like, oh, I've seen him in things.
Maybe Sons of Anarchy or something. I don't know. Because he's in a lot of...
He's not in Sons of Anarchy. But I will tell you this: the opening of this movie is garbage.
I thought it was a great opening. It was very creepy. It was very like
it looked cheap. It wasn't believable. It wasn't baby's crying, baby tied up, baby struggling.
Yes, it is. Considering the demographic, yes, it is. Okay, well, let's actually get into the movie without your. Ooh, that look good. What is it? Ooh, like passion fruit. Ooh,
it's a little concoction. So let me tell you how I make my favorite low carb drink. You ready? You get your favorite booze, whatever you like. Tequila, vodka, rum, whichever you like. Put your shot in your glass. Lipton makes a diet iced tea, and it comes in a mixed berry flavor. Tastes like juice. I'm not lying. It tastes like juice.
I hate tea.
Didn't I just say it tastes like juice? So you put that in with it. Then you get your favorite Crystal Light, Mio, whatever you like, baby. Sprinkle that on top. See, I like the little strawberry lemonade concoction, and then I put fresh lemons in it. I do the strawberry lemonade, Crystal Light.
Try raspberry lemonade.
The whole drink is 115 calories.
I hate you. Try raspberry lemonade on those Crystal Lights sometime.
Oh no, I like those too. It's
okay. Well,
I
mix the raspberry lemonade with like the lemonade packet. I put both those in. Oh,
I love me a good lemonade, baby.
It's better than
I am lemonade. Stereotypical when I go to the bar because I'm like, can I get a lemon drop? They're like, oh, of course your black ass can get a lemon drop.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and then they say, you want the shot or the drink? Bitch, the drink. I'm classy. I'm demure. I came in. I'm very, very beautiful, very cutesy, very demure. I came in and I ordered a real drink.
I hate you. So we're going to have contrast this episode because I love this movie. Mainly because the cast were my all-stars around the time. So we're going to get right into it. So the opening Tiffany's mad about, it's obviously back in the day, maybe 1950s. I don't know. But that's why it looks old. And so
50s, that would make them like 55 years old.
Okay.
1960s, it was like 70s. The late, no, I think, yeah, it was like the late 70s.
Okay. So we have this mom. She's making this wax mask. She has a little boy. He's sitting over there in his high chair, fucking up some cereal. Cereal
do be good sometimes.
He's a kid, so I'll forgive the cereal all over the damn high chair. But as they're having their little, she's like, oh, you're such a good boy. And then the dad brings in another child, and this child is out of fucking control. He's a typical white child to me that I see at Target. He's sitting there screaming, crying because he can't get his Reese's Pieces at the checkout.
I can't fool with you.
Like literally, like I don't. Like, I'm so serious. Like they be so mad, angry, and screaming, and so he raving, and they have to. He's so bad that they're strapping him into his high chair. They're not only strapping him into his high chair, but they're putting duct tape over his hands as they strap him into the high chair. And it's just out of control.
Because I find it hard to believe that a baby can get out of leather wrist straps. I find it so hard.
Touché. And he gets so angry that he kicks the table. He shatters the mask. The couple starts arguing. He eventually scratches the mom. She slaps the shit out of him. And that's when we have our title sequence, House of Wax.
Title card.
Yeah. And then we're given a bunch of Deftones. Great soundtrack, by the way. And we meet our main cast. So we meet the main character, Carly. We meet her friend, Paige. And they are going to a football game with their boyfriends and Carly's brother. Blake
surprisingly, Paris's acting is not bad.
I mean, she's kind of herself. She's vapid.
It wasn't. I mean, I didn't think. Just anything. Just her delivery was not bad.
Yeah, no,
it wasn't bad at all.
I want to know where they are because they're talking about Baton Rouge, and I'm like, where are they in the South? Because it's just she's very glammed up. Depending on where she's from.
Probably like New Orleans.
She's very glammed up. She's like the hair, like I don't know. She just.
Yeah, I don't know where they possibly could have been coming from. Yeah, maybe maybe Shreveport. I don't know.
That's the only thing. That's my only critique is just she just looks like glam, and I think that maybe they should have done.
I don't see her as glam.
You don't see her
I
as glam
think
with
you're
all that
just
hair?
you're just imagining her in that time, because I don't see her as glam.
I just feel like girls down there don't have like hair like that, but okay. Um, and so, but they're at a rest stop and they're just talking about how Paige has an internship at InStyle magazine. She's gonna be going to New York. Her boyfriend is they're apparently from a small town, and her boyfriend's not sure if he wants to go. And then Paige is, well, no, we'll get to her later. And so her boyfriend walks out, Wade. I don't know what to say about Wade. He's just like, well, he's a terrible fucking boyfriend. We'll get there later. And then we get, I forgot, Dalton and what's her brother's name? Nick.
Nick.
Dalton and Nick. And they're just assholes. I don't know how to describe Dalton, like the follower of the typical they're not in high school, but the follower of the typical asshole, like that kind of guy, like weak and timid and just like, yes, man, whatever. And Blake, I don't know. How'd you describe Blake? I feel like he's like a typical rich black guy from the South.
He seemed like the most sane out of all of them. He seemed to really care about his girlfriend, even though he wanted to hump her all the time. But I mean, he's 18 years old. What can you expect? And he's got a hot girlfriend, but he's dumb because he puts the GPS. He's like, "Ooh, we got a shortcut right here. It could save us an hour. 1 hour, a detour in the middle of dark ass, scary ass, gator fested ass Louisiana to save 1 hour the evening before the football game." Now, I could see if the game was starting now and they wanted to hurry and get there, that would have just made that would have made the writing more feasible to me. That would have made more sense to me. Like they did that, they took the detour led them so far out that they ended up missing the game. I think that would have made more sense.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, he is the guy, everybody's following him, so he's obviously the smart one. But not really.
Maybe he played football. I don't know, because I'm like, I don't know. I just get the fact that he's rich because of his car and because of the whole comment, his parents won't let you marry him. His parents won't let him marry you. So yeah, that's the only reason.
He's probably supposed to marry another light skin. So
is he like he's light skinned now? I don't know. He didn't seem light skinned in the 90s. It's like he got lighter over time. But
I mean, he's lighter. He's a lighter skin tone. He's not like, no Steph Curry, but he's a lighter skin tone.
Yes. So,
I mean,
they go driving and they take the detour and they get this see this sketchy sign. There were so many fucking red flags.
I would like to say really quick, I think that Nick and Carly actually do look like they could be related.
Is it their noses?
It's their noses and their eye colors.
Yeah. They did very good, even though I say that they were getting them because they were popular at the time. They did very good. They did very good with the casting. Yeah. I'm not mad at that. I do get tired. I know it happens. I just get tired of these black people only hanging out with white people. I know it happens. I know it exists. God, I know it exists, but it's just
you know what? Let's put it this way.
Around Louisiana, it's just hard to believe.
I don't think that there's anything wrong with it if you have other friends. Like, like say you go to an all-white school. 9 times out of 10, all your friends are going to be white. But when you get home, you got your friends at home. Yeah. And that way, there's a divide. I think that makes sense. That keeps you grounded. But when it's just this, no, baby.
I know we don't even see his character that much, but clearly he's into black culture enough to where it's like, you know some black people. You don't just know these white people.
Right.
And
right. This part pisses me off.
They go and they camp out. They got these again, he's rich because they have some very nice tents.
Well,
like these tents are cute.
Hold on. I gotta tell you why I have to I'm the hater. You know, I got my hating flag raised up high. I have to give you reasons to doubt your rating at the end. So they're driving and boop, detour sign. They're like, oh shit, let's just turn off into this woods. Okay, they turn off into the woods and they're like, whoo, I'm tired. I think we should just camp here. And she's like, yeah, me too. They say that they're an hour away. Why would we not continue driving? 1 hour. Okay. Go ahead.
An hour ain't shit, really. Especially with
no, especially if you have company. Now, if you're by yourself, shit.
Hell no, by myself.
Well, I'm just saying.
Oh, you mean to keep you up? To keep you up?
Yeah, yes. Because you can slap me in my face. We can switch. You know, you can pinch me.
Like for an hour.
1 hour.
And then it just makes me feel like because the whole movie is surrounded around this game, and it's the game, the biggest game of the season.
Yeah,
it seems
there was
like
no
you would want to be
urgency.
close. Like
there was no urgency. Why are we stopping to eat, getting out of the car and going into a restaurant to eat? If we have urgency and want to get to this game, baby, we're going to the drive-thru.
Right. So it just, I don't know. It was okay.
Yeah. So they set up the big ass tents, like you said. Yeah, those are really nice tents.
Yeah, I've never to this day seen. I see the regular ones, but I'm like, okay, but So then they just decide to start, drink beer, throw some football, and having a good time. Dalton has this camcorder and he's recording everybody, and nobody wants to be recorded. So he's just annoying. They have to establish that the character is fucking annoying. And as they're tossing the football, it goes next to Nick. They're like, oh, Nick, throw me the ball. Nick, throw his cigarette down. This part. So Wade goes to get the ball, since obviously Nick is not going to throw it to him. This motherfucker stand up and throw it into Blake so hard he knocks Blake's fucking skeleton out of his damn body. And so then he makes the comment, of course, oh, you have a nice arm. I see why they gave you a scholarship. So, Nick obviously had a football scholarship at some point, but lost it. And, yeah, so he's an asshole. He's being an asshole to everybody, even though I don't know. I don't get this dynamic. Like, why is he there if he's going to be an asshole to everybody? Well, he's not an asshole
I didn't write any of this down that you're talking about.
He's not an asshole to...
I didn't think it was pertinent to the movie.
It is, because he's an asshole. That's his thing.
All you have to say is he's an asshole.
But, anywho, I like the movie, so I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to let her shit on it.
This will not be a 2-hour podcast, guys. I will cut it off mid... So the stranger drives up. Somebody drives up. Let's get back to the story at hand. Not the subplot. Let's get to the plot.
I'm trying to explain to you why the movie was so long. They were trying to add context to why the movie was so long.
But we didn't need... What I'm saying is it wasn't needed. That's all. That's all. Because they had already talked about how Nick was an asshole at the restaurant. You told me about it. Then you had to show me it. Bitch, you already told me. Like, pick one. That's all I feel like they should have done. So the truck comes up. I don't even know what happens. I don't remember what happens.
The truck just pulls up and it has the high beams on, and
high beams.
They're confused as to what the fuck
and
he's doing.
I need you more tonight.
The fact that I actually been listening to that song all week, so
I thought you hated that song.
It just keeps fucking. I don't know. So, I'm lying. That's not the right song. I'm talking about I'm thinking about the Turnaround song. Turn around. Anyway,
that is that song.
Oh, seriously? It's that long? It's just that long.
Every now and then I fall apart.
Okay.
And I need you more.
Yeah. Pissing me
off.
It
is a very, very long song. Yeah.
Yes. Didn't even realize there was a woman who sang it.
So Nick he's got to stay with his bad boy aesthetic. He breaks one of the headlights in the car, and the car just drives away. He's got to be a douche, because he asked him what the fuck he was doing here, and he didn't say nothing. I mean,
they all asked. It was creepy. I'll give him that.
I'm surprised he didn't walk to the door.
Well,
what the fuck are you doing?
No, because to your point, that was creepy. After that happened, we pack it up and we leaving.
Yes.
Like, that made no sense for them to stay. It made no sense for them to stay.
Somebody knows that we're here, or at least have somebody take duty. Somebody stays up and somebody sleeps. Somebody stays up, somebody sleeps.
College kids aren't doing that.
But no, these motherfuckers go to sleep, and they sleep in until 2:30 p.m. Bitch, what time did they go to sleep?
And that's what I'm saying.
How did they not see the sun? I could be dead ass tired. As soon as I see the sun, I'm like, oh.
That's why I'm wondering what time they stopped. And then I'm wondering, again, they don't care about this game because y'all didn't set no alarm. Like, it's just.
We had our phones, so we can't use that as an excuse. But no, there's just, out of all, it was 6 of them. Somebody is an early riser. I refuse to believe it. But you know what? Here's when the shit starts to hit the fan. I appreciate that it does happen fast, but then it's just slow. Then it's like, bam! Then it's slow. Bam! Wade gets to his car won't start, bitch, his fan belt is cut. It was brand new! And I'm like, okay, Wade, somebody severed your car. You know who did it. Why we playing? At that point, it would have been, hello, AAA. Yes, my car is XYZ.
He
We
doesn't look
all
like he
getting in the
has.
truck and we leaving.
He doesn't look
Why
like he
did they
has.
say that Blake's truck was a 2-seater? I was
No,
confused.
no, 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 no. Wade's truck is a 2-seater. The reason that they couldn't ride with Blake is because it wouldn't have fit all 6 of them. It would probably only fit 4, maybe 5.
As skinny as they were, I don't believe it. Especially Paris and Carly. No.
Well, okay. So
Yeah, I mean, just like, let's be realistic, is what I'm saying, because they were very
yeah.
slim girls.
Now
Very
this
slim.
part pissed me off the most out of the movie. Well, no, not the most. Wade is gonna piss me off throughout this whole movie. So the girls are peeing, getting ready to go for the trip. So what we skipped was the last night there was this, like, the wind blew and they got this really bad smell. Really bad smell. They were like, oh my God, what the fuck is that? So they smell it again in the morning. So Carly decides to go towards the smell.
Paige says,
yeah, go walk.
oh yeah, let's go towards the smell. I thought in my head, oh poo, this really stinks.
So I didn't understand that, like, what did, like,
I have never smelled a dead animal before. At least I don't think I have. But I know for damn sure it doesn't smell like Daisy by Marc Jacobs. I'm not finna go check it out. I'm not finna go check it out.
It smells like, I don't even know how to describe it other than to say it smells like death. Because I've smelled like dead rats and stuff. But
okay, well, I probably have. But anything that is not appealing, I'm not going to go for anything that I smell in the woods. I don't care if it's freshly baked fucking.
It's literally in our nature. It's in our nature to repel. We're not supposed to go towards it. So the fact that they're walking towards it, and she just think it's so funny. This bitch gets. She slipped down, fall all the way into this little ditch, and it's a bunch of just roadkill. And it's like fresh road. Yeah, deer carcasses, all kinds of things. It's fresh roadkill because as she's squishing around in it with her hands, like blood is squirting on her. So it's like, it's one of those points that gets you into the movie if you're a horror, because it's like, oh my God, this is fucking gross. But it's also gross. And she's just like, she can't get up because she fell first. And so she's just trying to push herself out of it. And so, you know, she's screaming. The guys come running.
You also forgot to mention she sees a fucking hand.
Yeah, she sees
a human hand, and we still playing around
with a worm in it. And it's so, yeah. So they come and they pick her.
Just went down.
They come and they pick her up, and you need antibacterial soap. Paige talking about, oh, I got a bottle of water. I know the
smell is still gonna be there.
Yeah, she smelled throughout this whole movie. Like the fact that and they were holding hands.
And then her lips was chapped towards the very end. So man, that's gotta be terrible. So here comes a truck. It's not the same truck that they saw the night before because the headlight is intact. And it is a local named Lester. And he's dropping off some more deer carcasses, and I'm like, we just continue to do this? Like, we're not gonna burn these motherfuckers or something? Like, and he offers to drive them to town to get a fan belt, to the town of Ambrose. And Wade and Carly decide just for them two to go together while the other group just go ahead and enjoy the game, and they
still have to get tickets. They don't have tickets to this fucking game.
That doesn't matter, because they didn't even go to the game. You know, just tell them to go ahead and go. So the others start to drive. They're like, all right, peace some hair grease. I'll see you later. They leave to go. These bitches get stuck in traffic and they turn around and come back. So I'll just go ahead and throw that out there. The movie, it was hard for me to take notes because they kept jumping here and then here and then here and then here. So it's kind of all over the place, but not really, because the part where the traffic, there's so much that has happened with Carly and Wade before we realize the others have turned back. But I just want to just go ahead and let that part out now. Because, yeah, they go to Ambrose. It's a ghost town. Bitch ain't shit. I mean, I would have been like, what is this? Universal Studios backlot? Because it did not look like a real town. I've seen some small towns.
Yeah.
It didn't look real to me.
Yeah, they see some puppies at a pet store. Then they go and they're like, the point of the thing is they find the, I don't know, auto shop. And it's locked. Well, no, it's not locked. Nobody's there. I'm sorry. And so they're like, oh, well, we're going to go try to find somebody. So they decide to go in a church and ask for help. They go inside the church. There's a funeral going on. and they immediately leave out, and they're like, oh my God. And then they'll just stand there. And I mean, Wade says something smart. Like, I feel very bad waiting, for a funeral to end to get a fucking, like,
they didn't stand there that long though. It was
they
only
didn't
like
stand there that long,
10
but it's just like,
seconds.
there are other department store, there are other things that I would have gone to see if someone was there versus just wait at the church. So Bo walks out. We were introduced to Bo.
With an
And
attitude. How dare you go to my funeral like that? It's like, bitch, you ain't had the funeral and session sign up. Like, how we supposed to know?
right, and he's just like, oh, you didn't dress a funeral for a fucking fan belt. So he gets all mad, pissy, and then he goes back inside, and they're like, all right, well, let's just go back and wait, at the end of the town. And then he comes back out and he's like, oh, I'm sorry. He does something interesting, because I remember watching the movie 2005, and he only addresses Carly and
I
not
don't think
Wade.
I realized that.
Yeah, the person I was watching it with was an older guy, so he was like, now see how he talking to her and not him? That's some bullshit. And he's just like, oh well, just give me a minute, and I'll get your fan bed.
After
I'm
the
the owner of
over.
the store, and yeah. So Wade gets
They
all.
go to the House of Wax instead. I mean, let's move it. There's nothing going on. They chatted up. There's a lot of talking in this movie. Damn.
There is, because he's a terrible boyfriend. I want to just keep that in mind.
I don't think so. But they go.
You don't
over
think
to
he's
the,
a terrible boyfriend?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
They go to the Trudy's House of Wax. And it's the nicest looking building in town. It reminds me of Disney's Hollywood Studios, how it was structured.
And it's actually made of wax. I don't understand how that works.
I don't think it's made of wax. I think it's wax on top of concrete. Because first off, you are in southern Louisiana. Bitch, there's no way in goddamn hell that wax will hold up. Let's keep it real. How hot and muggy it gets out there, it's not gonna happen. That shit would be dilapidated.
I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, so I was like, They go in, they investigate. Well, they're not investigating at this point. They're just looking around. And everything is made of wax in there, or everything is covered in wax. I should say, down to the plates in the kitchen. Everything. It doesn't look like something exciting. Like, I guess because we're so used to Madame Tussauds and the celebrities.
I mean, I think if you're an artist, I can understand, like, oh, that's interesting, because I mean,
you've seen them all.
The detail it takes, but to cover everything in wax, like, I mean, it is creepy, but it's just like, it takes a lot of detail. Like, you had to really have the time, patience, all that stuff.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. So they see a lot of newspaper clippings about Trudy and about her son Vincent, and how they basically curated this whole thing. Vincent was like the star pupil. This part was stupid. And they're just walking around like, oh, it's wax. And like, oh, there's a dog right here. Now, dogs stink. Especially dogs that are not hypoallergenic. You can smell them bitches from a mile away. And I know ain't nobody washing that baby. He's like, oh, it's the dog. The dog was like doing the fucking freeze challenge. Doing the, what is it? The Black Beatles in the house in the stereo. Boom, boom, boom.
The mannequin challenge. Anywho.
That's it.
I'm just like, I'm just going to let you continue. So.
But you knew what I was talking about.
Yes, I did.
When I started singing the song.
Yes. And so Wade walks up on the dog, and the dog like, and scares the shit out of him, and scares the shit out of him, and he goes running off. And then Carly looks in the mirror, and she sees a figure in, like, outside, and it moves. It's like this creepy long haired thing, and it moves. And so she's like, oh my God. It was a figure, it was moving. So Wade leaves her in the house to go and investigate. This is not your time. Like, what? Who cares?
Like glue, baby.
Like
the glue she gonna get later.
I wouldn't have even cared. I'd have been like, all right, let's leave.
There are simple rules when going in or leaving a haunted house. I will not be in the front. I will not be in the back. I will not go investigate any kind of sounds or any shit like that. Look, we sticking together. But they don't. But he doesn't find anybody anyway, so.
Right, and she gets freaked out. She runs out. She's like, oh my God, I want to leave. All right, great. So they go back to the shop because not Vincent. Bo is taking forever. So he goes in the shop. It's unlocked. He decides to go for a 16-inch fan belt instead of a 15-inch. I just feel like that would be fucking terrible. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like that. I feel like there's a reason that they're a certain size. But Bo pops up. He's like, hey, you plan on paying for that? He's like, bitch, I left you some money. He's like, that ain't enough, but it's all right. And he's like, oh, you don't have any 15 inches? And he's like, oh, well, I have them at the house. So you get fan bills delivered to your house?
Well,
he's asking the right question.
They deliver it to my house when I'm not there. Yes, that's what I'm fucking saying. I don't think he's bad. Now the girl, like, oh no. You give her a fucking guilt trip, she gonna be on your side immediately. You could tell her, she could say, oh, I don't like this Alfredo, it's too spicy. He'd be like, oh, well, you order the spicy Alfredo. She'd be like, oh yeah, you're right. Okay, thank you. No.
That example. Fuck you for that.
But you know those type of people.
I do. So yeah.
No, I'm not fooling with him. He don't have that at the house. Nope.
So they go to his house, and they're just, he tells them the town history of Trudy. She had 2 boys. Her husband was a doctor. He performed procedures that were not ethical. So they moved to the town. She started the House of Wax. She had 2 boys. She got a cyst. Doctor killed himself, and then she just died, and the boys went to foster care. Okay. So they're at the house, and Wade is like, oh, I need to take a piss. So he's like, all right, we're going to go in the pit. And Carly stays in the car. Again, he leaving his girl. So
I'm going to hold your hand. I've seen your penis before. I can hold your hand. I can hold it while you pee, bitch, if you want me to.
I feel like you would be bad at that. I feel like girls don't know how to. Anyway.
There's a contraption that is my favorite thing ever. It's basically like a funnel that has like a larger opening towards the bottom, and you kind of, as a woman, you put it on yourself so you can stand and pee. So like at festivals and stuff when you use porta potties. Yeah. Chef's kiss, baby.
Ew, I don't
Instead of trying to squat, because there's been many a times I've squatted and slipped, especially in things, and then your whole day is ruined. It's like, I gotta go home, bitch. I'm done. But like that, if I can stand up and do what I gotta do and just throw that little, it's like cardboard, like a hard cardboard.
Oh, okay. Oh, you don't keep it on you. Okay.
No. You pinch it together and you throw it away. So it goes flat in your purse. It's amazing for things like that. So I think I'd be okay.
Okay. So yeah, he goes take pit and he leaves her. So he pees. I fucking hate Wade. This is why he's just so, because you peed. Leave the fucking house. He got to go exploring and shit. So
the
Carly
script told him to.
You said what? Oh, because the script told him.
The script told him to.
So Carly, she waiting on Wade, taking forever. So she steps out of the car. She, walks up. She turns around and she realizes the truck is the truck from the night before.
Turn around.
See? So we love a full circle moment. So she turns around and sees that the
truck is the one with the busted headlight.
Thank you. I was going to say tailgate. What the fuck am I talking about? So
tailgate?
Yeah.
Tail light?
Thank you. So she's like, oh shit. So she started beeping the fucking horn.
She said, oh shit, son. At that point, she should have been on her phone too. I mean, she does get on her phone, but she don't get on her. She need to get on her Zoom. Like, I assume he get on it fast enough.
Not Zoom. I assume he didn't have his phone with him. So once he hears the horn beeping, the lights go out, and now he's locked in the fucking room. So she calls. They're back at the campsite. Wade and Dalton are on their way to get them, and then Blake
they call her and let her know. Previously, that's why I'm saying this motherfucking shit jumps around.
Well, I'm just saying that she calls Blake.
Well, yeah. Even before they get back to the gas station, the gang is back at the campsite. They've already set the fucking tents up already. I mean, I'm like, damn, did they leave the tents there from before? And
remember, it's dark
Paige.
Now.
This was still in the daytime. Listen, Paige calls Carly and lets her know, hey, we weren't able to go to the game. We turned back around. We're at the campsite. Once you get everything fixed, just meet us there. And they were like, oh, okay. And then Dalton and Nick decide to go to the town and go pick them up. So that's how they've gotten separated. Or whoever told them to go do it. They get separated and they go to the town. Yeah, so yes, now Carly, because Blake's like, get out of here. I gotta get it on. Like, you could close the tent. So you're 18. You're nasty anyway. So Carly calls Paige's phone, but too late. They're over here getting it on. I fast forwarded.
What the fuck?
I didn't want to see that.
They didn't even have sex. Anyway,
I didn't want to see the striptease. It wasn't cute. It wasn't hot fly or sexy. I didn't like it. I didn't watch One Night in Paris, and I didn't want to watch that.
So yeah, she leaves the message, and then Bo is coming out as she's leaving the message. She's like, "Where's Wade?" He's like, "Oh, he's in the bathroom." Oh. So she get in the car, she lock it. She's like, I'm waiting for my boyfriend. he started doing this fake outrage shit like, let me in, it's my truck, I'll call the cops.
She's
like, bitch. She's like, bitch, you from the campsite. He started banging. He busts his own damn car window out.
What's bunging?
Banging. You know, they are in the South. And so, you know, he finally decides to turn the fucking truck on. And I don't know, I guess because he's coming through the window, that's why she has to put her foot on the gas and all that stuff and driving, and she gets the truck stuck. She's a dumbass. She's a dumbass. I didn't understand the part where she doesn't realize where he went and she turns the lights on and then he's like at the front and then she slowly gets out of the truck and starts running. Like, he could have caught her.
Dumb and Dumber. Just like Dumb and Dumber, Dalton and Nick headed back talking about, hey, this town isn't even on the GPS. What's that all about? I'm like, bitch, it's 2005. I don't think everything was on GPS at that time. It was whatever you downloaded from that system at that time. I had a Garmin or Garner or whatever the fuck it was called. You know Garmin? What I'm talking about. Garmin, yeah.
So, by the way, Wade's in the house. He gets his Achilles tendon sliced. And then he gets kicked out. He gets knocked out by somebody.
Knocked out, stab, drag him out.
Right. I forgot he gets stabbed. So he's basically getting his procedure done. He injects him with something that paralyzes him.
Yeah.
And he's just like cleaning
I would hope that somebody do that for me.
He's like cleaning him up and sewing him up. He sews up where he stabbed him, and then he like waxes his face, and then he sets him into a wax contraption and just starts getting him plowed with hot wax. Oh, yeah, that burns.
I just want to think, like, I feel like they just didn't have enough time for all that to set for them to get him from point A to point B where they find him in the end. It just didn't seem like they had enough time to do that.
Not at all, because especially when you see him carving a wax sculpture in the beginning, like, it takes too long. Like, you have to sculpt it, and then he got it to where his skin was, yeah. So no,
like, it was terrible,
gorgeous,
but it was perfect.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, so we see that the person wears wax as a mask on their face to cover a disfigurement that they had.
Yeah, and so Carly gets to the church. She's like, help. Baby, the church ain't no church. Everybody there's a wax sculpture. Even the priest who she saw in the beginning, because they walked out so quickly, it just looked from vantage point. But, and they see that Trudy it's actually her funeral. Her dead body's in the thing. She looks around town, everybody waxed, everything. What should have hit her was when she walked into town and the town lights came on and you know what I mean? Like, that's when I would have been like, let me just fucking leave. Because nothing good can come from this.
That's what I'm saying. I know you don't want to leave your car, but it's just too dangerous. Like, we can come back, hopefully. Or if not, the insurance will take care of it. Because, baby, I'm telling people, if it's a dark and stormy night, and I am somewhere I'm not supposed to be, and my car tire pop, I'm going to keep going. Till I
you said that before.
Safe. I'm riding that bitch to the spokes. I'm not doing it. Too many people done died from that.
You said that before.
I gotta reiterate it because people don't be listening in these movies.
Then again, roadside assistance. Roadside assistance is gonna take 2 hours. Just sit there. Anyway, no. So she hears Bo coming, and she hides in the church. She hides under the I don't know what you call that, the dress of the priest. And he goes in and he's looking in. He can tell she's been there because she touched one wax sculpture and the fucking arm fell off. That's a question I have about these human wax sculptures. Do they eventually obviously rot, but can you not smell it because of the wax? Like, how does that work? Does wax cover the smell?
Yeah, because unless he embalms them before.
That's because I'm like,
he just didn't do it for Wade.
When they get broken up, they like, they're easily broken up. They have bugs inside of them. I'm like, so how are people not knowing that this is happening? Because they got a lot of black people. I love the inclusion, but they got a lot of black people in these wax sculptures, and I'm trying to figure out how the fuck they got them. Because I just don't see us being like
kidnapped.
So
Bo gets her ass.
Bo gets her ass. She runs out. She ain't running fast enough for me. She pissing me off. and he gets her. He takes her to the auto place, and he like straps her into a chair downstairs. He ties her all up. Here come Nick and Dalton. They're finally in the town. She can hear them. She can see them. She's screaming for him. He like, hey, bitch, you keep talking, I'm gonna stab you in your fucking throat. So she, I don't know why Nick and Dalton split up. So Nick goes all the way up to the fucking wax house. I mean, Dalton goes to the wax house.
They split up because Nick said he wanted to go get a drink. And Dalton was like, we trying to find Carly and Wade. He's like, well, I'm fucking thirsty. So that's why he's like, well, you go this way. He said, you go this way, I go this way. It ain't fucking Frosty.
It sounded like so he just chills and I think
well, you forgot the good part when I can't believe you skipped this part. When Nick and them first got up there, Carly was trying to get their attention by sticking her hand through the
I'm not done that because this happens this happens after it. Dalton's already gone. Because the music and everything. So this is the point. So he gets to get Carly to shut up. He like puts super glue on her lip as she's already piercing her lips, and then he like blows on it. He has to kiss her to make it all rapey and weird. And then he goes upstairs. Nick he goes to look for the drink, but then he comes back. And then he's like, hey, who the fuck are you? What the fuck's going on? And he's like, oh, I run the thing. He's like, I'm looking for my sister and her boyfriend. He's like, I ain't fucking seen him. So then she like breaks the chair, and then she tries to stick her finger through the manhole. He grabs some fucking pliers and like rips her fucking finger off.
He cuts her finger. He doesn't rip it off.
It felt like it was fucking ripped off.
What about my fucking finger? What about his fucking trigger finger?
I hate you. You just had to make that film relevant. And so he's like, all right, well, we'll go up to the house and maybe we can, find him. So he's like, okay. So she peels her lips like open with this from the super glue, and then she screams Nick's name, and Nick beats his ass. He goes running, he locks the door, he saves her. And she's like, oh my God,
Nick's like, let me show you why I'm an ex-con. Pow, 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 pow.
Like literally.
He was being really smart. Like, really he was being
smart to an extent. But again, I guess they had to make his character an ex-con so he could be smart. Because
the plot didn't make it.
He's dealt with criminals. So yeah.
But then we flip over to Dalton, baby boo Dalton. He done made it in the House of Wax. He's like, hey, Wade, come on, let's go. And I'm like,
Wade's sitting at the piano.
Wade. Bitch, that don't even look like him. Cut it out.
It does. It's like you said, in the amount of time, there's no way. Because I mean, he looks pristine. Like, and how does okay, he wrapped his hair up. I was about to say, how did he get the wax out of his hair? He wrapped his hair up. And so this motherfucker. So he touches Wade's skin and it goes in. And he doesn't stop. He immediately and Wade's not talking, mind you. He's just like crying because of the pain. And he just keeps picking at his face.
What do you think it was? Makeup?
Yeah, he just keeps peeling his fucking skin off. Like, and like,
you know what the definition of insanity is? That's what he was doing. He was insane.
What a way! I would be so mad to die that way. Like, I would imagine how pissed he was. Like, and he's like trying to let him know.
You're a fucking idiot.
He's trying to let him know that the guy who did this to him is standing right there, but he's just peeling skin off. Vincent comes. He slices at him, but he misses him, and he slices Wade's face. Wade dies. He pushes Dalton down the stairs into the creepy little wax dungeon, and then he cuts his head off. Deserved. I don't give a fuck because that pissed me off. But again, I don't get how that happened because how does it get to the point where your skin is it because of the wax or because he shaved his skin down so much? Like, I don't understand.
He was played?
So that's what I don't understand why that reaction happens. Because I feel like if I put some wax on my,
been that hot. Yeah, I need to Mythbusters to see if this worked.
Yeah, that's the only thing I didn't understand. I'm like, why is his skin? Because if anything, his skin would just be hardened, right? More like just hard because of the wax. I'm like, why would it be mushy?
I've put wax on my body before.
Yeah, so your skin doesn't get mushy. It just gets okay, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
So anywho, so Carly and Nick are like, we need to find Wade and Dalton. So they go all these places, and they even find out because she sees, at the beginning, and even when she's getting kidnapped, she sees the woman with the curtain. It's rigged. So they realize, okay, this is the whole town. The whole town is made of wax. It's just all, for show. So, again, they don't leave and they don't call Blake and Paige at all. They just keep
right.
moving.
Their phone would be blowing up.
Even though they don't have a way to get there, just let them know. Like, they don't know anything. So it's like, I don't know. Just
be vigilant.
Yeah.
Be vigilant. Yeah. We skip back to them at this point. We ain't seen these bitches in like 30 minutes.
So they're just now having sex. She's right. Like, okay. Oh, I fucking forgot.
No, I think they were done.
No, they didn't. Remember, because she started the striptease. But so at the beginning of the movie, Paige thinks she's pregnant and she needs to talk to him. But instead of just saying,
a subplot that goes
nowhere. But instead of just saying, hey, I need to talk to you, I guess because she needed, I don't know. I really don't know at this point.
Just go take a test. It's not like you have to go to the doctor to see if you're pregnant. You can just go take a test and have that answer in 10, 15 minutes?
Where she should have got at like one of the rest stops where they were at. Anywho, but it makes too much sense. So
like what Mama says.
She does a striptease because it's Paris Hilton and we want to see her in a red lace bikini. I mean, not bikini, red lace lingerie. And they start kissing, but then the music stops. They're playing this music and it stops. And he's like, oh, I gotta go check out the music. And she's like, I didn't even talk to you. That wasn't realistic because why you need to fuck to music? I don't know.
What's she gonna say? I think I might be pregnant. Like, what are we doing?
But my thing is, if you need to tell him that you're pregnant, why the fuck are you about to have sex with him? Like, I don't know. I just feel like that should have been a conversation. Like the minute Wade and Dalton left, I would have been like, okay, I need to talk to you real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have been the time to have that conversation, not when you're about to have sex with him. So he gets the phone. He hears the voicemail that Carly left originally when she found out that the guy was the same guy from the truck and the headlight and the campsite. So fast forward.
We don't see his reaction.
Well, I mean, yeah, we don't see his reaction. He's just looking at the phone. And then, she turned. Why did she turn the light off? Like this just.
He wasn't even back yet.
I know that. Why did she turn the light off and lays down? Like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? So again, Vincent is coming in. She's like, wait, Blake. She turns the light on. Then she sees him, and I don't know how the fuck she got out that tent.
I don't know, but I appreciate she got the fuck up out of there.
I don't, but
she did what needed to be done.
I wouldn't have been able to get out. Like that fear plus having to find that little bitty and then zip it all the way. So she got the fuck up out of there. She falls. He done got stabbed in the neck. She like, oh my God, I got it. Yeah, she running. So Blake is dead. He got stabbed in the neck.
Killed off screen. How rude.
She goes to this abandoned warehouse.
Sugar mill.
Sugar mill. Okay. And that's where they've stored like all the things that they have from all these people. Like they got a basket full of phones. They got suitcases full of luggage. They got cars, everything. And so she's just running around. She tries to check. None of the phones are working, obviously, but she tries. I mean, I'll give her that. She grabs a weapon.
Those batteries used to last like a week back in the day.
I mean, but how long have they been there? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how. And she grabs a weapon. Like she was trying to survive until she wasn't. He stabs her in the foot. This point was just to show her some more tits. Then she hides in the car. I don't understand why she did that. He pops in the car. She scrapes him in the face. She goes running again. She goes hiding behind a car. She has to peek in front of the car, and then
why do they always have to look? Like she could have looked under the car to see where his feet were.
She didn't see his feet, so she had to look above the car. And then
Vincent showed you how he got the gold in the javelin toss.
That's what he did, because baby, yes he did. Because Vincent is a USA, and so yeah.
Number one.
Vincent said, and so shout out to Steph Curry. And so she's dead as a doornail. He films it. We don't give a fuck.
Are there any other ways to be dead besides a doornail?
I don't even understand I don't understand the phrase. So we're back.
I'm just wondering, is there another saying?
I don't understand the phrase now. You've ruined it.
Dead as roadkill?
No, I think you're just roadkill. You're not even dead as roadkill. It's understood. So
yeah,
they're back at the town, still fucking looking around for everybody.
For some reason, Vincent films her for a second.
Yeah.
And that subplot goes nowhere.
I guess he just got turned on by the camera because it's Dalton's camera that he actually loses in the beginning of the movie. Like he loses it that same night. Again,
Well, no, somebody takes it.
But you know what? But you get what I'm saying. Your camera goes missing. Your fan belt gets cut, and y'all still just think, oh, this is.
You're in danger, girl. Molly, you in danger, girl.
What should have happened was Wade should have taken the offer to just. They should have all packed that fucking sardine can. Called the cops, went back there, you know, because they weren't already going to the game anyway. I would have brought the cops with me. He's like, oh, some guy's gonna strip my car, man. Baby, I can find that car at Carfax. Anyway,
did you check the Carfax?
That's where I got my car, actually. So, I mean, hey, it works. So,
I don't even remember what kind of car you drive.
It's just a Camry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're back with the girls and the guy. What's her name? Carly and Nick. They walking around town trying to survive. Carly don't have no kind of gun, no kind of weapon. Nick got a gun. Nick got a bat, a pipe, a wrench.
It's like a pipe.
Wrench.
When they get up to the house, they get up to Vincent and Bo's house. They're not there yet? You sure? They don't go in the House of Wax yet, remember? Where else could they
get a weapon?
Oh! All right, so they go to they're walking around town, and so he uses the wrench to break the window and grab. He uses the wrench to grab
the bow and arrow because he has to show crossbow. You how he got the gold in bow and in archery.
And so as they're in there, they see a sign that says Trudy's Town of Wax. So we know this was Trudy's plan to always make a town of wax. And then bam, they get shot at.
Bo comes up and tells you how he did not place in the Olympics because he shoots them like 8 fucking feet away. They're right in front of him. They are maybe 15 feet in front of him, and he misses by a quarter mile.
He clearly ain't from Turkey. And so he gets to...
Or South Korea.
They run into the theater.
The theater.
The what? Oh,
the theater.
The theater. Now, mind you, Tiffany said in the beginning, this town looked small. It didn't look realistic. I do not remember that fucking theater when they were there first. Where are the nooks and crannies in this town to where there's a theater all of a sudden? But anyway, they go and watch my favorite movie, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. So they're in there.
Oh, I thought it was Dolly'll Never Go Away.
Dolly'll never go away.
Go away again.
I'm gonna feel myself on this podcast. So they go and they hide in the movie theater. They get the
there's so many wax figures in there. There's so many people.
Did you not see all the damn cell phones?
Do you know how long this would have taken? Well, I don't know.
They've been doing it for a while.
Let me take that back. He do one body in like,
Hello, he does it.
So you're right. Never mind.
So I mean, I hate when I want to see if they would have completed this because I just want to see so what are you gonna do after that?
I don't know. So Bo, comes back up to the plate and he gets the silver in shooting Carly, but she's sitting in one of the seats and she goes pow and she ducks and he hits one of the mannequins and then Nick comes up and gets the gold and shoots Bo right in the arm. So they get outside. The kids run outside and then Bo runs outside and Nick is like right in front of him with the crossbow right in front of him and Bo smiles and Nick does what he should and fucking shoots him.
Right.
What are you doing?
I don't know. He's he's psychotic. I don't know. He's a fucking freak. So yeah.
I don't know. But he falls down and they're trying to get his keys out of his pocket to see if they can take his truck just to get the fuck up out of there. Mm-hmm. They don't check his pulse?
No. And even though they check his shotgun, he's like, oh, he has empty shells. I'm like, so he couldn't shot y'all anymore? I think because she throws.
Well, they wanted to check the body for the shells. I'm sorry. I said keys. It was for the shells.
But my thing is, she just takes the shotgun and throws it. Like she don't even take it with him. She just throws it next.
Yeah,
to
let him get the shotgun. Like,
I dumb bitch.
So, but yeah.
Now.
They realize now that Dalton has the keys to the house, so they go.
I mean, no, he has the keys to the fucking car. That's what it is.
Keys to the car. I'm sorry. So then they gotta go find Dalton and Wade. Now they're ready to go see what they're doing, and they head over to Trudy's House of Wax. But guess what, bitch? Bo ain't dead. He gets up and we see him struggling. Oh, well, they go to
They
the
go to
house.
the house.
But Bo still ain't dead. We see him struggling to pull the arrows out of his body, and he's ready. He's ready for war now. At this point, he is fucking.
Because they're in the
Rambo
house.
at this point.
They're in the house with him and Vincent, and that's when they see that their friends are dead. Because Vincent rolls up in the truck with Blake and Paige in the trunk, and so they sneak. But their way of sneaking out of the house is sneaking into the basement, and so they go and they learn. That's how they learn that the town and their house and the house of wax is connected, because they go into the basement and they start turning on lights and shit. The lights control the town.
Before that, we get to find out while they're at the house, if I'm right, while they're at the house, Carly overhears Bo returning, and he's talking to Vincent, and they kind of explain what these two have been doing. So after Mama Wax was the person that was doing everything. She was a brilliant artist. Vincent was a great sculptor as well, so she kept him on payroll. And then after Mama Wax died, she wanted Vince to continue in her work, and Bo began manipulating Vincent into making more realistic figures, basically under the guise that, oh, we'll get more visitors here if things look more real.
And this is what Mom would have wanted.
Yeah, and then they started killing the people. So that's why it went to like a murderous rage from an actual legitimate town.
Yeah. And then she also looks through and she sees, we already know this, but that they were conjoined twins and that the dad cut them off. Like, yeah, we already know that. So yeah, anyway, they're down in the cellar and she starts flicking fucking lights on.
He's like, I can't see.
And as they're doing that, the lights control the town so that they can see. So the killers can
over. Hold on. So when they were in the basement, they walked from the house to House of Wax, right? To the wax house. So they're there and the guys are still at the house. Okay, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. So, I'm just mad because it's like, it was just a dumb thing.
They're in the basement. They can't see what they're clicking.
I still wouldn't have trusted it. But the killers can see that the lights from the town are going on and off, on and off, on and off.
Like, bingo.
So they finally get the lights on, but then they realize that Vincent come for their asses. So,
Vincent's like walking in there like motherfucking Miss Trunchbull,
right? And they see
like,
Dalton.
What is he doing?
They see Dalton's corpse, and it was very sad.
Well, they see Dalton's hat, and then he's like in some Saw-esque trap, and Nick is like, "Sorry, buddy, you're the only man I ever loved. I'm gonna get you out of here." And he goes to pull it and cracks his fucking head off.
I would have threw up. I'm surprised they didn't have any throw up scenes in this movie. Okay, so when Vincent comes, and of course Nick is in a rage because his boyfriend just died, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck you up," and Vincent cut his motherfucking ass up, and so it's like he know how to fight but don't know how to fight Vincent. So what they do,
it's interesting. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's like, but maybe because he has a knife, but even still, the other dude had a knife and you beat his ass. So what Carly does is she pours the burning wax and there's flame, and so everything catches on fire basically. So then now everything's on fire. They don't think this through. So they go running upstairs, and that's when they see Wade's dead body. Anywho, so who is cutting them off? Bo. So Vincent in the back, Bo in the front. So
no. Vincent is still down in the
but he's in the back, as in, that's what I mean.
Back
they coming from this way.
The restaurant?
No, like he's in the basement that's on fire, but Bo he came from the front. So Nick and they start fighting. Bo stabs him in the fucking. I don't know what I'm just gonna say the leg.
All I want to know is where the fuck was Carly during this fight?
He punched her. Remember, she had the baseball bat. She hit him with the baseball bat once in the back, and then he popped her in the face, and so she was. Why
are we hitting people in the back? It's the back of the head or nothing else, bitch. It's the head.
He stabs Nick in the He stabs Nick within the
It was like in the calf.
Yeah, it hurt, and so he's hurting, and so as he's about to kill Nick,
it hurt.
Carly starts beating his ass.
I thought you said that the last podcast we had. You said stabbings don't hurt.
It's where you get stabbed. My point is, it's just like, I feel like I've seen people get shot and still move, but like when they get stabbed, I
think it's a big adrenaline thing.
Yeah, they become immobilized. Like in Scream, when they get stabbed, they just stop moving. And so the Carly starts doing
the killer in the end.
The writing allows Carly to get smart. And so she starts beating the fuck out of Bo with this baseball bat. This was the part in the theaters where people were cheering. She
Peanut
starts
butter jelly with a
whipping.
baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly. A peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly.
Okay, Brian
Peanut
Griffin.
butter jelly.
So she starts
I
knocking.
knew that song before Family Guy. Thank you.
So she starts knocking him around. Like, she literally kills him. Like, she's just beating him. Vincent walks up and she gets, like, I don't know, they just start moving. Mind you, as the House of Wax is now melting. Like, the floors are melting, everything's melting because of the fire. So she gets Nick up and she goes to Nick, and so Vincent, he sees that this bird's mutilated corpse, and so his mask is melting too. And so what does Carly decide to do? She decides to run away.
Upstairs.
I want to reiterate, the House of Wax is melting. The floor is coming from underneath them. Weight is sinking into the ground. And she goes upstairs instead of out the front fucking door that's literally right there.
I don't know, dear. I don't know, dear.
And here Nick go, Vincent, you hurt her, I'll kill you. He can't even stand. He like limping up the stairs and shit. Like, don't piss me off. So she get all the way up to the room. She closes the door. Like, ma'am, what are we doing right now? So Vincent,
you just gonna bust up in here.
He cuts his way through the door. I love how he cut through the conjoined twins. That was fucking, I hate them. And he starts chasing her, and she's just like, trying to reason with him. It never works. What are you doing? She's like, oh, Bo was lying to you. So we were revealed.
I'm gay. So he wouldn't kill her.
It is revealed that, Bo was actually the one in the beginning because he has the scars from the duct tape and the straps. So Bo is like the psychotic one. She's like, Bo was manipulating with you. This is not what your mom would have wanted. Please don't kill me. And yeah, he's like, bitch, I'm not trying to hear nothing you say. You get my brother. So she goes after him. She don't try to hit him with the baseball bat at all. And he throws her on the bed. He's about to slice and dice her. Nick comes up and saves her. But so Vincent has Bo on the bed. She pulls out the knife that's in Nick's leg and stabs Bo with it, killing him. And then Nick knocks him onto the ground. But when he knocks him onto the ground, he goes through the ground. They didn't think this through again. And so they all go tumbling down.
And they all go marching down to the ground.
So now it's a race now the killers are dead, but it's a race to survive the burning house. So the house is coming down and everything's falling on them. So they decide to claw their way out because, of course, again, the house is made of wax. So as it's melting, they peel their way. This was actually peanut butter. I was a fan of all these people, so they had a behind the scenes little series, like making up.
You got the DVD Blu-ray?
I do, but it was airing on MTV, and it was like episodes like each day, and so this was peanut butter, and they were like peeling through, and this is when I was revealed that Chad Michael Murray was an
peanut
asshole.
Butter jelly with a baseball bat.
Yeah, he was an asshole because some stuff had fell on him, and he was like cursing out like the crew and shit. He's like, "Get that fucking camera out here!" Like, I'm like, "What? Okay, you're not A-list yet. Okay, I know One Tree Hill's popular, but okay." So yeah, they peel their way out of the house. It melts. I'm sure you didn't watch Dawson's Creek. Go to hell.
Actually, like the first season, I watched the first season, and then I watched like the last 3 episodes.
I hate you.
The whole show.
So, and they make it out.
Steven Spielberg.
What the fuck? They make it out of the House of Wax, and they survive. And then I don't know how. The police come because the flames from the fire were so high it alerted police, and they found their way down there. And so they find Dalton's camera.
It had been abandoned for decades when the sugar mill went out of business.
And they've been pulling people over the road for years. Yeah, I bet, with their fucking detour time.
Shortcut.
Right. So yeah. Nick makes a big deal about them having Dalton's camera. He's like, "That's my friend's camera." He's like, "We need it for evidence." He steals the fucking camera. Just bad for no fucking reason. And so they reconcile as twins, the good twin and the evil twin. They're like, "Oh my God, we're gonna get along now."
Activate.
Yeah, we're gonna get along now because we had this near-death experience.
Trauma bonding is not a good thing.
No, and Carly is fucked up. I'm sorry, but Carly is more fucked up than me. I'm just like, her finger gone. But
she fell in Dirty Deer. She got her lips sewn shut, and she got her finger cut off, and her boyfriend melted in front of her face. Yeah. Nick didn't give a shit about any of those people but Carly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry about Dalton.
Yeah. But and they're also, as they're driving off in the ambulance, it is revealed that they truly did not only have 2 sons, but she had 3. And that's when it's revealed that Jester, the molester, is one of the sons. We see him playing with the dog at the end as they're leaving. She don't like Carly see him and they don't say, you ain't gonna say shit. Like, he's the only living person around here. Y'all not gonna question him? It just was very odd to me.
Where do they go to get groceries?
Maybe there's a town nearby.
Then it could have been too far, is what I'm saying.
That's why I'm just like, because
anywho, we're not gonna try to make sense of that. That was 2005's House of Wax. I've been trying to think of a new rating system. We might have to talk offline about it. But for 4.5 out of 10.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a chore to get through this movie. I started it yesterday morning. I finished it at 4:00 today. It was a chore.
It was not that
bad. It's a movie of its time for sure.
It's definitely geared towards a lot of teenage girls.
It wasn't one of the best 1999 2000s horror movies. It wasn't one of the best. It was way at the bottom. It was a bottom tier for me. Would not watch again. Would not recommend. Wow. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I think it was cool for what it was. Especially since the last House of Wax was 1950s. So yeah, I liked it. I'm gonna give it an 8.
God damn.
I'm gonna give it an 8. There's a lot of rewatch value for me. I watch it. Like this is not I didn't even have to take notes. Like I watched it. Yeah.
Well, all right, guys, that will do it for 2005.
You didn't even give a rating. Oh, you did. Yeah, you said 4.
Are you okay? Are you insane?
I'm
hungry.
All right,
that will do it for 2005's House of Wax. Please be sure to follow us. I always mess that part up. Please be sure to join us next time in 2 weeks, as I have a trip coming up, so I will not be here to record this coming up weekend. Join us in 2 weeks when we bring back our special guest Jay and we review Tales from the Hood 2. This is gonna be.
Can't wait to see you, Jay. Happy birthday, Jay.
I'm excited. I'm so excited. I didn't tell him what we were watching, so he'll hear it at the end of this episode.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna be pissed. Have a great one, guys. USA! USA!
Woo! Go for the goal!
Where did you hide it, Dan?